Hello, Internet. This is John J. Images, and on this YouTube channel, I talk about adventure, nature, and culture through a Filipino American perspective. So, the topic I want to talk about in this video is my observations on what I see in Philippines is that a ton of men wear hats. So, a lot of men here wear baseball style caps. It's basically, that hat with the curved bill. You see it everywhere in other countries also. But from my experience, from my observation, I feel like a lot of men in the Philippines, as compared to California, where I grew up in, a lot of men here in the Philippines are wearing hats more than they are in the States or California. Now, let's get into the theories and observations of why that is. So, if you look back in old pictures, almost every man or a lot of men were wearing hats, right? So if you think about like the 1900s, those black and white pictures, a lot of them are wearing like something that looks like a suit and then a hat, like like a bowler hat in the old timey movies. So why did they wear those hats? So some today may think that hats, the reason why a person might wear a hat is to look cool, but hats are also very functional when you think about it, especially a wide brim hat like what I'm wearing right now. So when there is no reliable weather or no reliable air conditioning, a hat can help shade your head and your face from the sun, and then it could help defend you against the rain, and then it might even keep your hair in place against the wind. So you're defended against those elements. And also, if you didn't comb your hair or whatever, you could just throw a hat on real quick and solve the problem, supposedly. So back then, air conditioning or central heating wasn't as widespread, and so that's one of the theories I heard as to why men wore hats so much back in the 1900s. Um, so yeah, you could think about that, right? So we're talking about the 1900s in the United States. So of course, in a developing nation like Philippines, it's several years behind developed countries such as United States in regards to their infrastructure and things like that. And I think one way that I could kind of demonstrate this is a considerable amount of people in the United States have cars or they have driver's license, so they're able to move around in their private vehicle or rented vehicle or whatever. But in Philippines, a lot of people rely heavily on public transport. They take public buses or they might take a taxi or walk somewhere, right? So when you don't necessarily have an air conditioned machine surrounding you, your car, a hat would be really useful to help you defend yourself against the sun and the rain and the wind. Now, specifically in Baguio City, which can be translated to something like Storm City, because in Tagalog they use a word called Baguio, which basically translates to something like storm. So in Baguio City or Storm City, so Currently, I am based around the Baguio City area. So in Storm City, it rains quite a bit, and because it's in the mountains, mountain weather tends to be very unpredictable. So it could be raining maybe like 20 minutes before, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of sunshine, right? So you're experiencing a bunch of rain falling on your head, on your face, and now it's a bunch of sunshine and UV rays. And so a hat would help defend you against those things as you're taking public transport or walking to your destination. So that's one of my theories and observations as to why a lot more men in the Philippines wear hats as compared to men in the United States. So for me personally, I love wearing hats. Um, I like wearing all kinds of hats. I have like a snapback that I use from time to time. I have a wool hat, and then I have this hat I use today. I use this at today. I use this at like a sort of like a swimming resort. Obviously. It defends you against the sun. I could turn it like that to give it a more, I don't know, casual, tropical vibe. But then I could also turn it like this to give it a more mountain vibe. So those are some of my theories and observations as to why you will see a lot more men wearing hats here in the Philippines. And specifically, as I pointed out, in Baguio City, because of the mix of sunshine and rain that can happen so fast within a short period of time. For me personally, I drive. You know, I drive my family's vehicles, so I'm not necessarily within that demographic that I mentioned of the Filipino men who rely heavily on public transport. So, but I still personally wear a hat because of the convenience and also the style. And yeah, so if you were wondering, but I think hats in some parts of the world are definitely underrated, and I feel like we've lost the sense of the importance or the usefulness of a hat. But in the end, it's it's your it's your head, so you could choose to go with a hat or without a hat in most cases. So there you go. Some observations and theories on Filipino life. If you like this video, please give it a like. And, please drop in the comments below if you want me to talk about another topic. This is another kind of a simple and fast video. I just want to get out there. Today is Tuesday. I posted a video yesterday, Monday. So hopefully I'll be more consistent here on out. Thank you for watching.